one of those days today. Okay, there we go. The recording has started. Okay, guys, yeah, hello and welcome. Just again, those of you who have just popped in to the session this evening, session 3 already. We are halfway through the semester, which is crazy already as well, but crazy to me. So, yeah, I hope everyone is well. It sounds like everyone is well. And yeah, so basically, okay, awesome. So tonight, as advertised, I will open by having a Q&A session on our assignment, assignment 1. So I do hope all of you have accessed the instructional video so far that has been uploaded. I don't want to just redo that in a live version tonight. It's, that we need the time. So if you, obviously ask a question if you haven't seen the video yet, but yeah, anyway, the idea is to have a bit of a Q&A session around the assignment. So any lingering questions or anything really that we can discuss, we can do that, yeah, for the first little bits of the session. And then we will, yeah, do a content-based activity together. Okay, so without further ado, questions. Are there any questions on the assignment? Don't be shy. Did you find the video useful? Can you use Arial? Let me just check the brief again, to be honest. Hello, Leanne. Sorry, you're breaking up a little bit.
Oh, sorry. I wasn't talking about the assignment.
Oh, okay. Cool. Okay, hold on. I'm just checking the brief to see if it did specify times 0. Oh, it did. It did specify times 0, man. I'm so sorry. Yeah, national standardization and things, I can't stray from that because they've specified it. So yeah, please use Times New Roman font size 12. You can, if it hurts your eyes that badly, you can type up your essay in Arial and then convert it, and just bearing in mind that it will likely make a bit of a difference in terms of page count, though. Yeah, sorry about that. I like Times New Roman. Why don't you like Times New Roman? Would font size 12 take more space? What do you mean? Font 12 in what? Arial? I think Arial is naturally a little bit bigger than Times New Roman, actually. You'd have to do an experiment and see. I see a comment from Jackie there, about 78% through the assignment. Lovely. Struggling to find information that specifically applies to needed points to inequalities. I see. So like case studies or examples of studies, is that what you're struggling with? Ah, okay. Maybe why don't you ask the class if anyone wants to share any articles that they found? That might be a good idea, guys. Maybe, yeah, post on here the subject that you're looking for, and perhaps someone has found an article. You can share it. That's my first suggestion. If you're all doing literature searches, there's the odds are someone has something useful for someone else. Nicoletta, in the meanwhile, though, do we need to reference the interview? I haven't yet thinking it was yes. Okay, so no, you don't, right? You do not need to reference the interview case study blurb thing that you were given on your assignment's instructions. It's taken as something that was given to you. It's not a source of information, so no, you don't need to reference that. Okay, sure, sure. Yes, yeah, exactly. So you just make it clear when you're referencing the interview. So yeah, that's perfect. According to the interview, or even use the name of the person speaking, according to Prof. Whoever. Yeah, it's very much taken as a given that that's what you're referring to. Yes, exactly. Yeah. Yeah, I think it is quite a nice assignment for the first one, I must say. It's quite straightforward. It's giving you something that you can draw on and apply theory to, so it's lovely. And Jack, yes, exactly. Yeah. So you can say, as per the Who poster, or you know, yeah, using an example. If you're like referencing the poster in particular, you can say, as seen on the Who flyer. Yeah, as long as it just makes sense that the reader can identify that you're referring to the poster in the assignment brief. Yeah, kind of think about like if you were given the same question in an exam situation, you wouldn't be referencing anything because it would be a sit-down exam. Hypothetically, I'm not saying it's going to happen, like just think about it that way and how you would, point to the material you've been given in your writing. Yeah, the journal articles that you need to provide is specifically 8 journal articles. Are the textbooks included in this or are those extra? Yes, they are extra. Um, the textbook is considered a source outside of those required journal articles. Cool, cool. Ah, that's a good question. I'm just going to read it out for the recording. Sometimes the chat doesn't pop up. So, are we supposed to apply the discussion of inequalities with the poster, the interview, and the background information? Or are we supposed to find more sources that discuss inequalities and apply that information as examples as well? So, I'm going to say yes to the second part of your question. So, primarily what you're doing is discussing the points and the evidence you're using the case you've been given, so the interview, the background blurb, and then the poster as illustrative examples of the points you make. But yeah, the evidence and examples that you need to make those points about inequalities, that must come from those sources, if that makes sense. So like logically, when you're writing, it would make sense if you make a point about something, whatever point you make theoretically, or about a particular inequality in the moment, then you use literature to define what you're talking about, what they say about it in your article, and then you could say, in the instance of this case study, according to Saklena in the interview, he said that, blah, blah, blah. And then use that. So you're using the case study to back up the arguments that you make originally using the sources. Cool. So yeah, as straightforward as the assignment is, there are levels of analytical thought going on, which is nice. Yes, I'm concerned about him as well. Perhaps he represents, I don't know, the possibility of Atlantis under the sea. Or the very real feeling that we are having at this time in the semester. Or any more questions about the assignment? While we are all gathered. Okay, so if any questions do pop up, just pop them in the chat and we will deal with them. And also, after tonight, when you dive into your assignments, especially those of you who haven't started yet, don't worry, you can email me when you have any questions and I'll get to you. Okay, as usual. All right, so what I wanted to do this evening is like a group constructive flipped classroom situation. Talking about the beginning of learning unit 2. And if you are following the pacer and have managed to keep up on track so far, you should have covered theme 1 under learning unit 2 by now, which is introducing the theories, the 4 theories that we are highlighting in terms of community psychology. Okay, so what I want to do is, and please don't all just run away when I say this, but split us up into breakout rooms. Pausing for the exit. No, I'm spicy. I don't mean to be. But anyway, okay, it happened before. So I'm going to put you into groups, and there's actually a good amount of you here for it to be like fun and engaging. So there it goes. Okay, so there will be 4 groups, and each group is going to get a topic, which is one of the main theories. So one of these 4 theories: the ecological framework, social constructionism, critical psychology, and Afrocentric psychology. And we're going to do a fun constructive thing. So I am going to give each group a Canva link to a template of an infographic. And in, I think, let's dedicate maybe half an hour so we can regroup at the end and show off what you've done. As a group, construct that infographic with the main points really behind the theory that your group gets. Okay, so the main thing to cover, and it can be pretty, the templates are quite cute, so you just really adjust them to how to make sense with your theory. So there doesn't need to be a huge amount of time spent on, like finding the perfect flower to put in, for instance. Focus on putting information in the session. Okay, so what I want you to definitely include on your infographic is a description of your theory, so a nice definition of your theory, and then a description of its main key concepts, and then so how it defines community, so each of these theories could possibly have a slightly different perspective on what a community is and how it's constructed. Okay, and an explanation of why and how it is used in the field of community psychology. Okay, so you are welcome to use any resources. Please don't just use AI. That would be sad. But I can't control what you do in these sessions. But please don't. Please, you can use your textbook. You can use the content from ARC. So this is on Learning You 2. No, I'm not going to make referencing necessary for, you're just making an infographic, but I would like if you put a block, let's say at the bottom of the infographic, you'll see now when I send the links, they are like long things. If you would just put like refer to the sources that you used, just at the bottom of your infographic. Okay, so like a little reference list, but I'm not going to make you in text citation everything, if that makes sense, um, on your infographic. Okay. Are there any questions before I put you into groups and assign a topic randomly? Yes, Google is absolutely your friend, as is the ARC content, and obviously your textbook as well. Ready for this? Okay, cool. Um, Okay, I'm going to create rooms, and then in the chat for your rooms, I will send you that Canva link. Okay, and the way I'll set it up, I've set it up already, is that anyone with that link should have editing rights. So you can all actually just, you don't like, no one even really has to share their screen. You can just open the link and you'll be able to see each other all doing things. All right. So communication is obviously key. um, I suggest, yeah, dividing some tasks up and just, yeah, you can really tackle this activity however you want to in your group. Okay, I'm going to automatically assign people. Great. So first for you, excellent. Let's see how it goes. Oh, it says she's on hold. Is someone recording my lips?
You gonna drink, Stephen?